Jingle bells, 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 bells.
Piano in the bill.
Jingle bell,
What's up, my beautiful people? I hope you all are having a good day. And if you are new to this channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join the family. So for today's video, I am going to show you how I make these pumpkin empanadas. And the ingredients will be listed in the description box below. So let's get started. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my vegetable shortening and I'm going to put that in the microwave for 30 seconds so that it can melt. And while that is in the microwave, I am going to grab my egg and I am going to give it a good whisk. And there is my melted vegetable shortening. So now I am going to get started on the dried ingredients. So into this bowl, I am going to add in my all-purpose flour, my sugar and salt, my all pumpkin pie spice, and my yeast. So now I am going to get my little whisk and whisk it all together so that it is completely combined together. So now that I have my dried ingredients mixed and well combined, I am now going to add in my egg, and I'm also going to add in my vegetable shortening and adding a little bit of water at a time. Now the water, you want to make sure that it is warm, not cold. If you add in cold water, the yeast is not going to activate because it likes to have warmth on it instead of cold. So like I said again, make sure that your water is warm, not cold. You guys, and as I'm here mixing this dough, it was already smelling really good because of the pumpkin pie spice, and it just smelled really good. Now you can also make your dough sweeter if you want by adding more sugar, or you can leave it the way that it is. It's all up to you. Or if you don't want to add sugar, you don't have to add sugar. It's just going to taste bland. There's going to be no taste to your dough. So now that I have my dough completely mixed and combined together, I am going to pour out my dough onto the counter and start kneading it. I don't think that it was a good idea because, like I said, I have long acrylic nails and I should have just kept it in this bowl and used my electric mixer, but it's okay. I also made a big mess on my countertops, as you will see throughout the video. It is very sticky. You have to knead your dough until it is not sticky anymore. Sometimes it takes longer. Sometimes it can, come together really fast. Sometimes it'll take longer. But you want to keep kneading it until your dough is no longer sticking to your counter or to your hands, and it's just perfect dough. So as you can see here, I was already making a mess, but it's okay because it ended up coming together. It took me about 15 to 20 minutes for it to come together. So 15 minutes later, my dough is finally done. And now you want to preheat your oven to 350. And then you want to put some vegetable shortenings on your hand and pat your dough so that it doesn't get stuck or sticky to the glass pan or the ceramic pan. Make sure whatever pan, pot, bowl you're using, it is heat resistant. And then once you pat your dough with the vegetable shortening, place it into the pan or whatever it is that you're using, cover it up and set it over the stove so that it can be with the heat. And then once it's with the heat, 30 minutes later you will take it off and you will see that it has risen and got fluffy, and then you know that it's ready. So here on the stove, I have my stove on medium or medium low, and I am adding in my pumpkin puree. And then I'm also going to add in some brown sugar. You guys, and my ring light, I don't know what's going on with it, but it kept turning off. So that's why it got a little dark here. But anyways, I added my pumpkin puree. I added my brown sugar. And I also added some more pumpkin pie spice and a little bit of vanilla extract. And then you just mix that good for about 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes until all the sugar is dissolved. And then you take it off the stove and set it aside and wait for your dough to rise and get fluffy. Maybe about 30 minutes. So here you can see that my dough has risen and got a little fluffier. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a pan that I'm going to set my empanadas on, and I'm also going to get some vegetable shortening and rub it all over the pan so that they don't get stuck to the pan. So what I'm going to use this, I don't even know what this is called. I call it the tortilla smasher. I don't have a tortilla roller, so I'm going to use this. I did do 3 different ways, as you will see. So I am going to put some wax paper down so that the dough doesn't get stuck to the little tortilla smasher. And I'm just going to pull some dough off, roll it into a little ball. You can use your hands. And then I'm going to place it into the middle, and then I'm going to place another piece of wax paper over it, and then I'm just going to smash it down. And they come out round every single time. Now the way I did it this time, I didn't like it because, as you can see, I was having trouble because the wax paper got stuck to the dough, and I just didn't like this method. So now you're just going to place your pumpkin puree mix just a little bit. I put a tablespoon in the middle, and then you're going to want the ends meet, and then you're just going to place them down. As you can see here, I'm having a hard time. I did not like this method at all, but this was method number 1. So as you can see here, I'm getting the edges together and I'm closing the edges so that the pumpkin puree does not leak through as it is baking. Or you can get a fork, smash it down, or press on the ends, or however you want to press down the ends. Just make sure that it's closed and secured.
sexy bitch.
So this is empanada number 1 after 100 years later from getting the dough off. So now I am going to try method number 2, and that is the same thing. Put a piece of wax paper down, and here I used a little bit of all-purpose flour and I sprinkled it on the bottom, and then I grabbed some dough, made it into a little ball, and then I placed it in the middle over the flour, and then I also added some more all-purpose flour over the dough, and then I placed the wax paper over the dough, the little ball dough or whatever you want to call it, and then I put the wax paper over it, and then I smashed it down. This way was kind of okay. I just didn't like the fact that it had all the flour stuck on the dough after I smashed it down, as you will see when I take off the wax paper. See, like this time it was easy to come out, but do you see all that flour? I did not like this method either. And then you're going to repeat the process. You're going to put the pumpkin mixture in the middle, close up the empanada like a little taco, make sure the ends meet, smash the ends down, close it up, secure it, and put it on the tray. And here I'm just showing you how I close the empanada using I close the ends up using a fork, and I just smash it down so that way when they're done it has the little imprint of the fork. But like I said, you can do however you want it to. It's all up to you. And then this is the third and final way that I liked it the most, because you will see that it comes right off the wax paper from the top and the bottom. But I did add some vegetable shortening around the little ball. I just put some on my hands and I tapped it like I did in the very beginning whenever we're waiting for the dough to rise or put it in the glass pan. So I smash it down, and you will see how easy it comes off the wax paper. Really easy. And then again, just repeat the process, adding some of the pumpkin puree mix into the middle, close it up like a taco, close the end, secure it, and put it on the tray.
Oh my God.
And then you just keep going until you're done. And these are all of the empanadas that I was able to make. Some of them look good, some of them look bad, but this was my first time making these, but I think I did pretty good for the first time. So now you're going to put them in the oven for 20 minutes, 10 minutes on each side, 10 minutes, flip them, and then this is what they look like. They were really, really, really good. And then this is, look at the goodness, just But I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video tomorrow.